Welcome back everyone for another Retro Scams about the Nintendo 64. So I know we covered quite a bit in the previous video about just looking at the cartridges, seeing everything on there. There were a few things that people pointed out in the comments later on that add to additional items to help with that. But as far as this video is concerned, we are going to be talking about hardware that will help out with that process. So we have our cartridges, have a phone, and one of the BennVenn Joey N64s. And we're going to go over what you need to do to be able to check if a cartridge is real or fake in the wild with one of these devices. Makes it so you don't even have to take the game apart. Now, one thing you will have to do if you're using an Android phone, Android gave up support on the FAT file systems like last year or something. At some point they did. And this uses the FAT file system for it, so you do have to install the software to be able to get it to work. And the software is exFAT NTFS for USB by Paragon. Now it does have a 2-day free trial, and if you want to continue using the FAT file system on there, then it is $5. I haven't hit my trial period yet, but I have seen people online say that you can still use it. It's just you'll have like a certain amount of time you have to delay before it will actually mount the file system. So then what we want to do is open that software, then take a USB-C cable, connect it to the BennVenn into the phone. There you go, kind of move things around a little bit so it's easier to see. So we have the BennVenn here, and if we mount that, then of course it talks about that trial thing, but we'll just continue in trial. And if you tap the open button, it actually tries to get you to download additional software, but if you go down to the little file button down here and open files, then it has the direct file system that is on the BennVenn. So opening debug.txt, that is the file that has all the information that you need. Now there are various programs you can have to actually open these up. I just have it opening through Docs on the Google Drive, so it has to upload it to there. But right here you can see there's like no game title. That means no game's been detected in there. Tells the firmware version. On Discord I did see there is newer firmware, but it's not available through the site to download yet. We'll just exit out of that, go back here, and we'll look at what it says for the real cartridge. Now on here, if you get one with a shell on there, it actually says cart label this side, so you do want to make sure you have the cartridge go on the correct way. So once you have that on there, you will want to unmount and then just unplug and then plug it back in. Then mount that thing again. I'm sure there will be a giggity in the comments. Then you can go back and open files. You can see there's game information on here now. When you do debug.txt, it now shows all sorts of useful information. So I did see in the newer versions of the firmware for this, it will actually tell you at the bottom like that it's 100% sure it's real or that it's fake or whatever. It will actually spell the words out on there. But I think that's version 00031 or something is what I saw on Discord, or 32. So this version, what you want to look for is checksums okay, and then make sure it doesn't say anything about flash. So we'll go back and unmount this again, then unplug it. We'll pop the real game off and put the fake game on there, with the label facing the direction that it tells us to face it, and plug this back in. We'll mount that back up, then go back down here to open files, and open the debug.txt again. So on this version, it does say the checksum is okay, but it does have all the information about like single die flash detected, it has the flash ID, there's flash capacity, so it has things that would not exist on a real version of the game. So it will be a little easier when the new firmware is available, but it does help out quite a bit as it is. If you have any questions about cartridges and the person is refusing to let you take it apart to look at it. So if you like meet someone on Facebook or go to a garage sale or something to buy a game, if you want to get something like Mario Party 2 and you just want to check really fast if it's real or not, other than looking at some signs outside the cartridge that would let you know. So when you plop the game on there, plug it in, then when it's picked up, you mount, then hit the file thing, open files. You can see it's changed. Instead of Mario Kart, it's MP. And then you open debug.txt. Then right there, all sorts of types of flash detected. And other than on Game Boy Color and Super Famicom, you're not really going to find that much legit flash stuff for older games. So just a quick chat about the BennVenn. There are some pretty cool things that you can do with this. You can rip ROMs, you can apply ROMs to flash drives, all that kind of stuff with it, but some of the cooler things you can do with it is you can back up your save data from here. You can actually hook up a controller with a memory card in it on here and back up your save data. So I know the old memory cards on N64 and on GameCube would go bad from time to time. So this will help out with the Nintendo 64 ones. You can keep your save data and apply it to new memory cards if you need to. Then also something I was messing around with on the computer. If you have a game on here and it's plugged in the computer, I haven't gotten a real cartridge to work with it yet, but I've gotten the counterfeit ones to work with it. If you have Project 64, once that's mounted on the computer, you can actually run the game directly through this into Project 64. Now the controller adapter doesn't actually work to let you use the controller on there. You still have to use other things for the controller, but I thought it was pretty cool you could use a physical cartridge through this device playing on Project 64. If you have any questions about this device or anything, then let me know in the comments. I'll still be messing around with it, seeing what other cool things I can do with it. And I'll be waiting for the firmware update. If anything big comes out, then I'll always release another video to show what all can be done with it. Or if anyone's interested in seeing what else can be done with this, then let me know in the comments. I will also leave in the description where it is that I purchased this. So their name is High Score Tech. It's highscoretech.com. These are on a pretty big pre-order list. I actually ordered this one, it was, I believe, in the beginning of February, and it just now arrived. If you enjoy this kind of stuff, then please subscribe and leave a like on here to help the algorithm, and want to thank you for watching. Have a nice day.